Alright, let's do the story. Treasured bonds. Regina seems eager to share something with you. V, I have wonderful news. Thanks to your tireless deliveries, we are now overwhelmed with orders. Mistress Tataru's plan was a success. I don't fully remember what we did, but here we are. No, I do. That's another shipment sent. I don't think I've ever packed so many parcels in my life. Wait. Before we met before. Hello there, you. Have we met? I don't know. I do know about MTG. I do know of it. I've watched some streams, but like I never felt the appeal. I think it's also the graphics. Like I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I know it's superficial, but you know. My apologies. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hasdad. Hasdad. Like so many Hanish refugees, I left my home in Palakistan and came to Charlian during the final days. You saved my life more than once. I've been working at Tataru's boutique with Magina and Varsadu, albeit behind the scenes. It is rare that I have the occasion to visit the store front. An unfortunate side effect of the constant demands on all our staff, though I think we would all agree that the hustle and bustle is for the best. But don't you wonder what we'll do once the samples have served their purpose? Our equipment is crafted to last, which is wonderful of course, but also means that our customers are not like to require replacements for some time. Therefore, if we're not constantly receiving new customers, our good fortune will eventually sour, no? I love how they're actually representing a real problem in the game, because from what I know, they're giving out, I want to say the level 90 gear that you can actually equip at level 89. That's the store, right? I think that is the premise. So they're actually describing what's really going to happen. To this store. FF5, I'm in the last dungeon, bit too low level for next boss, so I'm doing some grinding and the overworld before heading back in. Oh yeah, I know that feeling very, very well. What's a digital game from 2017? Sorry, I haven't followed through. Okay. Mr. Tataru isn't so foolish as to have not anticipated such things. I'm sure she's already coming up with new and exciting products to offer our existing clients. Oh, MTG is a digital game since 2017. I see. That's actually around the time that I started watching it on Twitch, but like I never really felt it, you know? Actually, I had an idea of my own for a new product, I mean. In fact, I presented it to Mr. Tataru just the other day. A new uniform to outfit the academics and researchers of Charlotte. Thank goodness! Please get that ugly little robe off of them. Please! How enterprising! And what did she say? Well, she seemed hesitant, which I could only interpret as reluctance to hurt my feelings with explicit rejection. But then she told me to look into it further and draft a formal proposal for review. Aww! I love how she gives everyone an opportunity. Nah, man, like, I've just come back to Hearthstone. I'm a tired old lady. Let me play my cards. I like this game. Come on. Oh, that's wonderful, Regina. When she said to look into it further, did she mean for you to conduct some manner of market survey or of the academics and researchers? Just so. But, well, some are involved in such sensitive work that simply approaching them is out of the question. Which is to say, my petition to enter Labyrinthos was denied. Instead, I decided to try the studium. A secretarial mammoth was only too happy to schedule a meeting with an academic representative. But now that's come to it, I'm feeling ill with nerves. If it were on Mistress Tataru's behalf, it would be different, but this was my initiative, my idea. No. Yes, I got a brand warrior. Today we're playing that, but it's my version. I crafted it just before the stream. Well, crafted it. I've made executive decisions on which cards are shit. And I threw them out of the deck and I added my own. I'd offer to accompany you, but I have to mind the counter. We'll see how it goes. Perhaps you could offer Magina your support. Oh. Well, these academics are not likely to listen to me. Oh, thank you. Like, I don't mean shit cards, I mean unnecessary cards. I put in the ones that make me have fun. You'll see. Can I come as well? I'd like to start thinking of what supplies we'll need for our artisans once your plan is approved. Approved. Of course, very well. To the studio we go. Is your character wearing high-top sneakers? I believe so. This is actually the PvP gear that you can buy for crystals that you acquire from, well, basically from Crystal in Conflict. Let me show you. If you go into the PvP profile, you have your series Momstones, and these rewards for the basically for PvP they're called trophy crystals. And if you go to Wolf's Den Pier, which is in which is here in La Noscia, Wolf's Den Pier, if you go there, you will find a vendor down below in the basement who sells you like level 1 gear, which is basically glamour pieces that look like this, and there's a few other variations of very like sports-like gear. It's very nice. It's very easy to get it, as you can also do PvP already as you can do PvP already as a level, well, whatever you are. You can start at like level what? 30, I think? Yeah, it looks amazing, and you can also dye the gear. The studium. Okay, let's go there. See, I cleared this map of side quests, and this is what I would like to do with the other zones also. Like, this is the Final Fantasy XIV content that excites me, and it breaks my heart that people might just not be into it. What if I was to stream side quests? Like all of these little stories. Would you be into that? Some of them are hilarious. It's such a missed opportunity to not do them. This building might well be a temple for how austere it feels. Austere. I don't know. I'm glad I have your company. I was told Ki Aliapog would be meeting us here. I'm sure they will be along shortly. Oh, the sister! The journalist sister and whatnot, right? Oh yeah, if you're a PvP player, which you are, you're not gonna have a lot of fun in 14 because it's not PvP focused. Hello, representatives from Tataru Tower's boutique, I presume? Oh, V, what a pleasant surprise. Though I suppose your presence should merit no shock at all, given the breadth of your generosity. Yeah, I'm very generous. It's that's my basic trait. Some side quests are streaming gold. They are, and I feel like doing it. It's just like I feel like people don't really want to watch me doing like side quests and such. My Fallout 3 modding did break the game a bit. Wait, that can happen. There's a section where a character's dad leaves the room in their specific order. He's supposed to say some lines and walk away. Script broke, so he leaves in the middle of it and then comes back to stand around and do nothing. Oh, feels bad. Oh, so does that happen a lot? Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Magina, and I'm ever so obliged to you for making the time to speak with us. Hialiapag at your service. And there's no need to stand on ceremony, I assure you. Most of our academics are far more concerned with their research than pleasantries, admittedly to their detriment at times. Anyway, how may I help you this evening? Okay, well, at least Magina found it in her to actually speak. No, PvP is fun, but it's not rewarding in a way that I think Mayomaru is looking for. Like, there's no gear system ish and like a great community or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you don't want to go through the story, forget about it. A uniform for our academics and researchers, you say? I myself am ill equipped to offer an authoritative opinion on the matter, so permit me to arrange some meetings with faculty representatives. Yes, please take those robes off of them. Please make yourselves comfortable in the auditorium while I go and summon a few of our more personable personnel. Like, people who like pineapple pizza should look up what pineapple looks like under a microscope and why it hurts you to eat pineapple. Like, pineapple is literally full of needles. I don't know if you know this. Like, you should watch videos on what it looks like. Dreadful. Like, pineapple bites you back. Such a mean fruit. Well, in the Faculty of Archaeology, we spend much of our time traipsing about ancient ruins, which often ends up ruining our clothes, if you'll pardon the pun. That's amazing. An outfit durable enough to handle extended use would be welcome, but it would need to be lightweight and breathable as well. Equatorial deserts can be most taxing, but then again, you'd be surprised just how many relics are hidden at the bottom of lakes, and northern waters can get quite chilly. I'm actually reminded of that meme. Uh, what does it say? Like, at which point does it stop being grave robbing and becomes archaeology? Honestly, what is the year? Breaking the game is something of rite of passage in Bethesda games. It's a running joke in the community. The real game is to see how much you can mod until the game breaks. I see. See, I was never a part of that. Like, I just don't mod games, so I know nothing about it. But I sure do enjoy streams where content creators do that. As it stands, my colleagues and I throw on any old thing for our field work. Whatever we have on hand that is suitable for the conditions, with the understanding it may need to be disposed of afterwards. Funding for research equipment and the like is precious enough as it is, and we can't afford to have dozens of bespoke garments for every situation. Which is probably not what you were hoping to hear, I realize. I thought we were talking about the robes that those members of the, what's it called? I don't want to say the parliament, but is it called the parliament? Like, the bell looking dresses, like, they need to go. Like, I was hoping that that's what we're doing. No, thank you for your candor. It's true, new kit can be rather expensive. We must ensure our prices stay affordable. Oh yeah, like, if you can already tell that Final Fantasy is not your thing, I'm not gonna like go and try to sell you the experience that you might not enjoy, because at the end of the day you can also play the game for free till level like 70 now, which is months and months of content. You don't have to get an active subscription, you don't have to buy the game, because the base game and the first two expansions are completely free. So if you want to experience it, you can do that, providing you can download and install it, which is probably harder than most heroic raids in World of Warcraft. Archaeologists do it to study the fact that there's nobody left that knows who's there. Fair game. I see. So, what if you're the only one who knows that someone is there? Can you pose as an archaeologist if you don't disclose that you have the knowledge, but your real purpose is grave robbing? The ideal outfit for astronomers? How in the world am I to answer that? I know less than nothing about fashion. Also, that logic would apply to. No, no, no. That logic would also apply to basically knowing someone or being in a yard of someone who has the knowledge of having someone buried there because they got rid of them. And what if that person dies and then there's nobody left who knows where the other person is and then you uncover them? Is that grave robbing or archaeology? Depends. The other games are a lot more fragile than the modern stuff. Fallout 3 is a late 2000s game, so what you can throw together without issues is more limited. I see. I just had Skyrim modded runs over like 200 mods and limited issues as well as modded. Well, yeah, but like Skyrim is basically a running meme of modded content. I think the like even if it wasn't originally planned to be so, I think the devs had made it so that it is actually possible because it keeps the game relevant. How in the world am I to answer that? I know less than nothing about fashion, right? To describe a Felicius, I did. I did. Well, I suppose we astronomers often conduct our celestial observations from locales remote and subsequently chilly, mountaintops and the like. So, something warm? If warm is truly their only requirement, then I think it's safe to say this is the opposite of an untapped market niche, right? The Faculty of Medicine has strict requirements for dress on account of hygiene regulations. Fabrics that are resistant to stains and possess antibacterial properties are a must, for example. Additionally, we students of nutritional sciences must vigorously dart about the kitchen, so dressing for comfort is nearly as essential as cleanliness. And if it were fashionable enough to perhaps inspire others to follow in our footsteps, all the better. We require no such clothing. What? Oh, no. I was like, no clothing. No clothing? What? No such clothing in the Faculty of Anthropology, for we make all that we require right here. Rather, Professor Tankin prefers to do so, that he may better understand how necessity begets innovation. An outfit that ameliorates ether sickness. Without a doubt. It sounds expensive. You'd think that the Faculty of Etherology would have developed such an outfit by now. No? But alas, our primary projects demand every moment we possess. We cannot afford to divide our resources. Nah, let's just get rid of the ugly robes. Come on. We already have the thing that we want to get rid of. Please. Well, how did it go? I don't know, to be honest. Everyone has such different preferences that I'm not sure if it's even possible to satisfy them all. A fair concern. The studio's faculties are filled with opinionated individuals, each with their own peculiarities. Additionally, our academics spend much of their time engaged in fieldwork as opposed to seminars, which further complicates stipulations of dress. In other words, we have our work cut out for us. Academics sounds just as unique as adventurers. So wait, no! Like, are we making this thing for, like, all of them? There's no way. Indeed, it was naive to assume that one type of uniform could account for the needs of all academics. No, Tataru's gonna be pissed. That's gonna cost so much money. We had best return to the boutique. Thank you for your assistance, Mistress Aliapa. I almost dropped my coffee. It didn't look like it, but my grip was like a lot more loose because I thought that I had way less in it. So I just kind of like gently lifted it and it almost like yanked my hand down. Does that ever happen to you? And I truly thought I had a good idea. What if this is like preparation for how everybody in the new expansion is gonna get new gear again? Worst news for a Bethesda modded gamer of any of their games older than Fallout 4 is this day and age to be told that Bethesda updated one of their games. Oh, I can only imagine. Aw. Yeah, that sucks. I guess once you start modding your games, you can no longer play like the unmodded games. Kind of like when you watch like the non-theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings, you can no longer watch the one that they play on like TV or like the theaters or whatever. I get that. No doubt, Mr. Tataru knew its folly, but had me research it regardless that I might reach the conclusion on my own. I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's just that everybody wants different things, which is not that different. Like they were able to make gear for healers, for tanks, for DPS or whatever. This is pretty much the same thing. She meant well, I'm sure. See how the hardships make you strong. She set her up to fail. I believe I've heard that expression before, but where? It's an important phrase too, is it? I can't remember who said that. Indeed it is. It comes from the teachings bestowed upon us by the old gods. Many Hanish held fast to those words and their wisdom during the final days so as to not give in to despair. Yeah, basically, I don't know. It would I couldn't do it. It would make me feel like, playing a game is basically too much of a chore at that point. But if this is something you enjoy doing, then that's your thing. When we call upon the divinities, it's not to beg for salvation, but for guidance. So long as we live by their teachings, there's no hardship we cannot overcome. This is a core tenet of Hanish faith that has seen us through much adversity since the founding of our nation. It is as you say, Hastad. Hastad, I probably am reading this wrong. Yet until you did, it did not occur to me to consider how they might apply to my personal struggle. Coming to Charlian and working with Mr. Sitara at the boutique, I've met so many people from all sorts of cultures. But in trying so hard to accommodate their wants and needs, I fear my own heritage has become an afterthought. There's no shame in dedicating yourself to your work, and as we all have our limits, compromise and sacrifice are inevitable. It may surprise you, but once I aspired to become a steward, to look back on it now feels fanciful. Strange that we so easily let our dreams be cast aside by circumstance. I swore nothing would stand between me and my chosen path, and yet here I am. I know the divinities will guide us wheresoever we go, but what if we stray too far? Would I be a fool to suggest that perhaps we should return to Tavner? But Mr. Sotaru has done so much for us. We cannot simply leave the boutique on a moment's notice. Maybe not, but what of our family and friends? It is one thing for us to send money and well wishes, but I wonder if we could do more if we were there, helping to rebuild. We haven't been back to the village since the final days, and if we're already forgetting our old lives, I don't know. I just think Mr. Sotaru should know how we feel, is all. Well, they better spawn me there. Alright, I gotta fix this. Give me a chance to fix this. I have to bind my... Think again. Uh, Keybind. There we go. Okay, now I have my button back. Thing is, I have an easier time modding Morrowind than Fallout 3 despite it being older, because it has so few scripts. Oh, I see. Meshes are most likely to break, so it's far more likely I'll find the game full of missing texture, yellow exclamation marks than broken scripts. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like listening to you talking about modding. It sounds like it's actual science. It's actually it's crazy. Like it's almost intimidating to get into it. Varzadu says that Mr. Tataru should be stopping by soon. When I asked how she felt about returning to Thavnair, she said she'd need time to consider. For my part, at least, I think consulting with Mr. Tataru will help put my mind at ease. It was a long quest. I made it longer also, but... My, what a busy counter we have this morning. How's that? It's good to see you out from behind your usual shipping crates. Yes, I thought I'd come help Magina with her research. We've just returned from interviewing academics at the studium. About that, Mr. Sotaru. I think she knew all along. Suffice to say, the requirements were all radically different. I know I set a uniform for researchers and academics, but I'm afraid I may have deeply underestimated the feasibility of such a project. What if Shitaru says, like, go for it? And that's perfectly alright. The important thing is to learn from what you discover so that you can retain and apply that knowledge as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. What did she expect, to get fired? The right idea for a new product will find us when it's ready. In the meantime, I have more samples in need of delivery, and seeing V is very conveniently standing within my line of sight. 1,000 pardons, Mrs. Shitaru. But before you continue, I wish to speak with you about a personal matter. You have shown us incredible charity, which make this all more difficult to ask, but I wonder if I should return home to Thavnair. Please do not mistake this as dissatisfaction with our arrangement. If anything, oh, he's quitting. I've grown so accustomed to life in Shireland that I fear I've begun to forget myself, my dreams, my faith, the person I used to be before I came here. Not only that, in spite of my regular remittances, I don't know. I wonder that our village struggles to rebuild after the final days. While I live happily removed from a burden I ought to share more. It feels disingenuous to both my home and the many kindnesses you continue to show us. I see. And do you both feel the same? Tataru, shut up! Do you want to lose 2 people? I've been so devoted to my work that I hadn't given much thought to returning until Hasa had mentioned it, but to claim that I'm not worried about the village would be a lie. While I'm of a similar mind to Magina, I must nevertheless remain here. Among other reasons, there's a project I'm resolved to complete. Yeah, if you leave, we don't have a vendor anymore, do we now? Fully, most of my more ambitious mod lists have been held together by duct tape and prayers. At least you know how to do it. I mean, for as long as you have, the time and the will to give it a shot, why not? Honestly, it sounds more like a hobby than, it's like a hobby within a hobby, like a hobby within gaming. It's actually kind of cool. I don't like this hairstyle because it really, like, I love this hairstyle, don't get me wrong, but it really kind of shows how low poly my hair on my character is. I really hope that that changes with the update. Well, I would be very sorry to see any of you go, but if remaining here causes you grief, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. Which is why I've decided that our next set of samples shall be delivered to Palaka's stand. Furthermore, I ask that those who wish to accompany V who wish to visit accompany V on her errand. Seeing how your village fares is no doubt the best thing for you both right now. It will help you to understand your feelings, after which we may proceed howsoever you desire. I like how she's gently trapping them into like not quitting, but being like, okay, you're gonna be on a little bit of an extended break. She really doesn't want to lose her workers. And should your colleagues require it, I'm sure you can be relied upon to dispense the perfect advice. The perfect advice being for them to stay employed. In Tataru's opinion. Magina Hastad, give everyone my regards. Then it's settled. I'll begin preparing the samples at once. Allow me to assist. No matter what happens, we must finish Mr. Tataru's necklace. Oh yeah. Are we ready to proceed with the restoration, do you think? I dare say we have enough additional materials, thanks to V's dedication. As for the work itself, I thought we could entrust it to the lapidary Mistress Tataru once apprenticed with. Sort of hoping that I could do it, right? Rain, good morning and welcome back. How are you? What's up? Hope you're having a great weekend. Ever so eager to contribute. Fear not, I have an especially important job for you later if you'll pardon the mystery now. Oh yeah, I'm playing through Tataru's story. If this is a spoiler for anyone, well, oh shit. Let's leave the necklace in Varsadu's capable hands and join Hastad in Scholar's Harbor. Okay. Teleporting there is actually kind of worth it. What's everyone playing this weekend? Are you done with the 6.55 patch thingies? Scholar Harbor, right? What is this blue quest? Why do I suddenly have a quest here? Osmond, what is this? Is that a... What are these? Hunts? Variant dungeons? What is it? Oh, I think that might be dungeons, right? Hearthstone and Warzone. What's Warzone? It's your, what's it called? Not GTA. Call of Duty? You went back to Aura? Oh, nice. Nice. Wait, what were you? Oh, never mind. You were in Aura. Yeah, I'm gonna miss mine. I'm gonna miss mine so much. I'm trying to play as much as I can and just enjoy her while it lasts because I really want to switch to Hrothgar when they become available. I'm so excited for that. Oh, is that the thing that you play with your brother, right? I remember when we first set foot upon these docks. After a long, exhausting journey through frozen wastes, after surviving those horrid beasts, Mr. Tataru was a warm beacon of light. Working at the boutique has helped us to rebuild our lives, but I will never forget that feeling of powerlessness. Should I have stayed in Palakistan and tried to defend my people? Was I a coward to flee? Is it a betrayal to my home and to myself to remain here? I cannot stop thinking in circles. Anyway, I'm glad for this opportunity to better understand where my heart truly lies. But we must be off, lest we miss our connecting flight. Let me try something. Just a second. Just a second. There is something I can do. Unfortunately, when it comes to embedding messages in on screen, actually, since I think it would make everyone's lives easier, unfortunately, I can only do it for Twitch, as per Twitch rules. However, it might be easier. It might be easier for people to understand what we're actually what we're talking about most of the time. So I'm trying to fix that a little bit and just at least make it so that, I don't know, so that people have an easier time communicating with each other. Well, this is kind of a big window. Let me see. Okay. Give me a sec. What is that sound? You guys are weird. I'm trying to make a little bit of a better experience for us. Okay, let's do it like this. Because I'm trying to like cover this chat with something useful. You know? Okay, maybe this is a little better. What do you think? At least the Twitch chat is something we can at least the Twitch chat is something that we can have. I don't wanna, like, I could easily have the other ones as well, but I kind of don't want to because it feels like I'll be, I don't know, like I will definitely be breaking rules. And I don't want to get reported, like hate reported for something stupid. Okay. Alright, there we go. Sorry everyone else. It's Twitch's fault, but at least now you get to see what other people are talking about. How about that? I want to try and play Pal World. I'm not sure if Pal World is actually on PlayStation. What? Are you gonna buy it?
It's not free?
Of course it's not free. It's like $30. Why would it be free? What? It's a game. You gotta buy it. Get all the derail from talking about Fallout. Oh no, that's totally fine. There's still conversion. Sorry for spacing out a little bit. I was trying to fix the chat. So do you think you'll stick around as Aura, or do you want to go back to being a bunny boy? Yeah, the Twitch rules basically say that if you're having anything displayed on stream, it can only be Twitch chat. So unfortunately, everyone who is on YouTube, if they want their chat displayed, they have to join Twitch chat. This way, we can actually just have the Twitch chat, so at least everyone else can see which comments I'm replying to. Because sometimes I read them out loud, but I think sometimes maybe people want to read them for themselves as well. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Is this okay with you? And this way, I'm also somewhat protecting my in-game chat. So I don't know. Let me know. We're back. We're truly back in Tavnir. Was Razat Han always this grand? I can't believe we lived so close yet rarely made the trip. You remember how it was. Village duties always kept us all too busy for travel. Defending pilgrims was trying enough to for the stewards even before the final days. I wonder how many temple roads are still traversable. Wait, so how long were you a bunny boy before switching back to Aura? I didn't realize you were an Aura first and then went back. I see. Even those in Razahan struggle to travel for worship, our feelings of estrangement may be more common than we think. Since we've come all this way, would you mind terribly if Hastad and I toured the city on our own? Let's plan to meet in Palaka's stand anon. There's actually a couple of similar projects for Fallout 4. Let you play as 3? Oh! I see. Was cease and desist on them, so the devs have to build all the assets from scratch for these newcomers. I mean, it makes sense. In my opinion, it does. Like, they have to draw the line somewhere. I don't know. It probably did piss a certain amount of people off. How is this? Is this any better? Does this make a little more sense? I think so. It's easier for like people on YouTube and Kick and pretty much everywhere else. At least you get to see the chat. I don't know why I didn't have it before. Like Twitch said no to it, and then I just gave up altogether, and I didn't want to like give anyone like the advantage. But I guess I should have taken what I could.
What advantage?
Hmm?
What
Like, I
advantage?
didn't want people to feel like I'm favoring Twitch chat over the other ones. But then again, I don't want to limit communication either. This is what I'm allowed to do. And I know some people break these rules, but I think this is fine. Swish! Thank you so much for the raid and welcome everyone. What's up? Mac I can't read your name. Sorry, my brain is not processing it. Hi, CD Barnesi, welcome. Rinjay, Nastor, and everyone else, welcome. How are you doing? You actually came at a good time. I was just between the quests and talking about pretty much nothing. And honestly, I've just put up the Twitch chat. In the bottom left corner of my screen because I didn't used to have it on screen because Twitch doesn't allow multi-streaming and displaying chat from all of the streams on screen. So I just didn't have Twitch either. And I've just put up Twitch as well so that people can actually communicate with each other and basically know what everyone else is talking about. So yeah, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. How was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good one. What did you stream? Oh, give me a second. Let me actually how do I do this? Okay, so I'm multi-streaming, and every time I want to do something in the actual Twitch chat alone, I have to find ways to get myself back onto Twitch. Um, everyone, please. Oh, actually, I've given you the shout out. That's totally fine. If you stream, give them give them a follow as well. Who was it? Uh, were you the one who rated? Yes, you did. It says Raider from Switch 2501. That's what made me feel like I shouted out someone who wasn't the person who rated me. That Twitch has a weird way of wording this. Thank you so much for the raid switch and welcome once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's like I'm looking at it and Twitch puts it like in this little window. It says raider from, and then they say your stream, and I'm like, wait, I swore this is the person who raided me, but but Twitch is just not showing that. Um, just doing the alliance. Oh, fellow Final Fantasy 14 person, awesome! Need those coins for gear upgrades. Oh, I haven't done them in so long. Honestly, I need to go back to that. But like as the time goes on, I'm like, okay, well, we're past like the final patch. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Even if I don't get my weapon, like I'm just not capable of putting myself through like weekly grinds and such. I was just talking about how like the thing that I want to do the most, apart from leveling everything to 90, and I'm 4 jobs away, I wanna clear like my side quests, and I don't know, like I've been contemplating just like not really caring about I don't know how people are gonna feel about it and just streaming those side quests because I want to clear maps, right? I've cleared Labyrinthos and Old Shylon and a few others, and the quests are so good, and I'm so looking forward to them. But anyway, how rude of me! I didn't even say hi to the people who are here on the channel for the first time. My name is V, and this is actually my variety channel. Since you're on Twitch, you'll pretty much see me stream everything that I normally stream here. One of my main games is Final Fantasy 14. I am pretty much always in the game in one way or another. But yeah, obviously more active during the new patches and such. But I'm working on some of the goals that I want to achieve before Dawn Trail. I play on Light, on Lich. Do you have any fellow Light players? I don't know if you're EU or NA. But yeah, tell me where you're from. I also play Hearthstone. I've recently come back to the game. Also, Ashley Wack, thank you so much for that follow and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. I've been away from the game for a few years now, and now I'm back. So I'm kind of balancing between Final Fantasy 14 and Hearthstone, and my backlog, which is huge. Also, thank you so much for the follow as well. Oh, Odin, nice! You're on Light as well. That's awesome. Lich from CD Barnese, nice. I actually love seeing people from Light. I never get to meet anyone who's on my world. That's amazing. Yeah, I just don't. I just don't upgrade my stuff, unfortunately. Uh, but you can see by well me talking about like side quests and stuff. You can see that I have my priorities straight. But yeah, when it comes to some of the recent games that I am playing or trying to finish or whatever, I'm about to finish Sea of Stars. After that, I would like to continue to try and finish Cyberpunk. We have Persona 3 Reload coming out on February 3rd, which I would like to play. There's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that I'll be playing. There's Persona 5 Royale, which I've only just gotten, but I haven't gotten to play it yet, as I'm waiting to basically for Persona 3 Reload to come out first. So that's kind of my plan for the next, I guess, couple of months or even more. And of course, while playing some Final Fantasy 14, some Hearthstone and whatnot. So if you're into that, if you like what you see here, make sure or feel free to follow. And I hope you have a good time with us here. Also, Sizzlix, I am so sorry if I'm butchering your name. Welcome us up, Shiva. Nice, amazing. Yeah, that is full year schedule, isn't it? That is actually a lot of games. Uh oh yeah, of course, of course. Post stream snacks are the best. Well deserved. Thank you so much again for the raid. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Even if you're lurking, you guys are free to lurk. I have a little bit of a disclaimer though. I am working through Tataru's quest line. Is there anyone who is, this is super spoilery for? I'm after that going to be doing some leveling. I'm trying to level my warrior to 90, and I'm currently like 85, so I want to do some of the roulettes that actually give experience, and after that play some Hearthstone as well. It's the new patch, and I'm actually working on a another deck that I would like to play today. So yeah, a stream sniper in Hearthstone. Yeah, that's always a great idea. Two Persona games. That's half the year. I know. I know. I'm underestimating Persona games. Am I not? Well, stream snipe. Like you look at someone's stream who is basically playing against you, and you can see what cards they have in their hand. It used to be very popular back when, I don't know, when you would play and you would queue into a streamer, or when a streamer would queue into a streamer, they would like look at each other, and the chat would help them and whatnot. It's always a shit show. But I don't stream. I don't stream snipe. I never have and never will. So yeah, that's pretty much stream sniping. It's like knowing is what someone has in their hand, but obviously can't stream snipe the top decks, which more often than not do happen in Hearthstone, so there's that. Anyway, what is everyone else up to? What games are you playing this weekend? Is it Final Fantasy XIV? Is it something else? Is it nothing? What are you up to? Tell me more about yourself. I want to get to know you. Anyway, Regina says, home at last. It's very pretty here. There used to be a streamer, Crip. There used to be a streamer. Crip is still around, isn't he? One time I was stream sniped in Arena. He was so 3 because every single enemy sniped. I mean, that's sad because Crip is actually an amazing player, and honestly, it was a very sad day when he quit Hearthstone, because I remember back then I was still like very 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 much into Hearthstone. It was heartbreaking to see that. Yes, home. I can finally breathe again. Come, let's go and find the Elder. Let's go. Everyone cool except you quit Hearthstone. No, I appreciate that. But I was never a star to begin with. I've always been the underdog. Maybe not anymore. Maybe now when all that's left is just, a select few of us, maybe now is my time to shine. What do you think? Elder, yeah, I can't read their names. Yerovet. Sorry. Hasnat, Magina, how wonderful it is to see you. I've been so worried. Tell me, how's life in Charlian? Are you being treated well? Oh yes, Elder. Our employer, Mrs. Tataru, is the kindest of businesswomen. In fact, she's arranged us to accompany V on her errand here, so we might enjoy some time at home. It's very good of her, indeed. I'm relieved to hear you are being looked after. Honestly, Tataru's story is so nice. You are ever a guardian to our people. Thank you for seeing these children safely home. Now then, what is this errand you speak of? Multiple people moved into MTG, Legends of Runeterra, and other non-card games. Like, Legends of Runeterra was amazing. When I first started playing it, I had so much fun. And I don't know, like, I have no particular reason for, like, not playing Legends of Runeterra anymore. It was just, I don't know what it was that got me to stop playing. I think it was the beginning of their development and everything, and the game was kind of at a stalemate for a little while, and nothing in particular was happening. At the time, I switched back to playing World of Warcraft, and then went into Mythic raiding, and then switched to Final Fantasy XIV, and Runeterra was just kind of left behind. Like, I never had a reason for not playing it, but I know that some people still really do play it. Legends of Runeterra is the same as MTG. It's not the same. You can't say that. Obviously it's different. Like, the board composition is pretty much the same as Hearthstone, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. Like, I played Runeterra, and I also played. Oh, sorry. I played Dota Underlords. They're all card games. But Dota Underlords is more of As more of an auto battler, I suppose. Not as much of a what's it called? A card game. But I had a lot of fun with Underlords. Is Underlords still around or no? How splendid! Our stewards shall put these to good use, you may be assured. Oh yeah, I forgot that we were delivering an errand, actually. If only we could repay your generosity with something even as half as marvelous. Alas, ours is a village of little extravagance. Everything seems as ever it was. Indeed, with the support of the Radiant host and the funds you and others have sent, we have regained much of the peace we once knew. Thank the sisters. Still, there was something I wish to speak with you about, Elder. I really like their little suits. Playing Borderlands 2. I never played Borderlands, actually. Took me 3 restarts, 1 platform switch from 360 to PC, and almost 10 years to finish because I kept deciding to play other stuff instead. That's gonna be me with, I don't know, unfortunately probably with Octopath Traveler 2. I want to finish the game because honestly the game is, I don't know, it's highly praised as one of the like games that should have been like game of the year, and I started it and it was amazing, and I have like 50 hours in and I'm not even close to finishing the game. It's so rough. Well, not the game, but the schedule and everything. The backlog. Have 20 health when you attack. Your minions always attack your HP, and you can choose to block them with your minions. The spell using is the same as both games. Okay. From that point of view, since I don't know Magic the Gathering very well, I can see the similarities. But visually, at least, the game did feel a lot like Hearthstone. I just remembered the defense turns. That was new for me. That was definitely new. It was something to get used to. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I didn't like it all that much, so I quit. I don't remember. You're worried your heart grows distance from Thavnair, that you have wandered too far from home. But my child, it is only right that you should wander, that you should roam. Your heart's connection endures no matter where you go. You yet think of us fondly enough to visit, yes, and send us what gil you can spare, do you not? Gestures perhaps, but not true commitment. Should I not be here with all of you working to restore our village? There's no restoring our village, Hashtag. Without those we lost, Palakistan will never be what it was. Oh, that's actually so sad to hear. Like, it's a... We must instead do all we can to become a new village, with a new future ahead of us, although the particulars of our path are not yet clear to me. How so? Ours has always been a settlement of stewards, as well you know, tasked with the protection and preservation of Thavnair's sacred sites. Didn't he say that that's kind of what he wanted to be or become? But we have seen our roads shaken and temples defiled by beasts. The material is not always within our ability to protect. What is everlasting is our faith, the bonds between our people and the divine. Through the old teachings, we remind ourselves of life's meaning. Yet, if we wish to ensure our traditions endure for generations to come, should we not strive to do more than maintain our temples until pilgrims decide to deign to visit? Ah, but I do not wish to tire you with an old man's musings. Surely there are other ways of ensuring our people remain connected to their heritage and faith. All we need is the right idea, something new our village could offer. Well, my words seem to have inspired you, and with the worldly insights you have gained, I'm sure any future you envision for Palakistan will be nothing short of remarkable. But there's no need to rush. Take some time to speak with the others and make yourselves at home. How about offering food and shelter first? Is that not what you do? I think my Borderlands was not great, but I enjoyed the rest. Not great so much so the devs literally make fun of it in the opening cutscene of a... Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. Did that happen after like months and months of trashing on social media? I thought it's deep in thought. Oh, I wonder if this is actually the last quest, since they're gonna give us something. How foolish I was to think the answer would be so simple. I would come home, roll up my sleeves, and help restore our village to the way it was. I would find fulfillment. Alas, not all that loss can be reclaimed. Our people face a new struggle, but perhaps by discovering new ways for the village to fulfill its duty, we might yet help our community. Exactly. Like the elder said, surely our experiences in Charlian have given us a unique perspective. Not to mention V's extensive knowledge of the world. I'm sure that between the three of us, we can come up with a brilliant plan to support Palika's stand. Yes, you're right. And I'm sure that hearing how everyone fares will give us insights as well. So why do I get to talk to him? Oh. Not a soul here will ever forget the hero of Palka's stand. I'm sure everyone will be just as eager to speak with you as us. Honestly, the only time that I ever felt like a real hero here was while I was doing the Arcosadara quest tribes. That was fun. There are also others with whom I'd like to speak once we're finished here. Is anyone doing the Alliance tribe quest? I have a few of like the daily crafting and gathering quests with Omicrons and Loporits to finish up with, and I'll be able to do the Alliance quest. I'm just wondering if anyone else is on the journey also, or maybe you finished. Of course, we mustn't forget to pay our respects. Okay, so when they're accompanying me, I can mount or I can't mount. No, they disappear, right? Oh, never mind. They still do accompany me. I just don't know if I can fly. Can I fly? Like, what happens if I... Never mind, they fixed that. No, no, I think you were always able to. You just weren't able to teleport, right? You didn't even have it unlocked. I see. No, you should. You should. There's such amazing stories, and I'm looking forward to seeing like the final cutscenes for like the Loporits and Omicrons. The Loporits one, I'm so curious to see how it's gonna end up. I'm on the journey to getting the Hippo Tribes of 7. Nice! Honestly, that mount is so fun. Have you seen it? You know what the action button does? It's amazing. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that beautiful equipment you delivered to the Elder. As a weaver who crafts armor for our stewards, I would love to hear more about its origins. So I'm the one talking to them and not these guys. Created in cooperation with guilds from across the world. Oh, I must have a closer look. The final days exposed the limitations of my skill. Traditional Tavnerian techniques alone did not suffice. I'm eager to hone my craft by studying the work of foreign artisans. Although in my weaker moments, I often wonder if purchasing armor for our stewards would be the superior solution. Alas, that would require a surplus of coin, as well as available product. As a village sustained by donations and remittances, I don't know how to say this word, we would be hard-pressed to afford anything so expensive, even if such suppliers were to venture this deep into the jungle. That's the only tribal I'm lacking to get the new one unlocked since I already done with Omicron and Lockhart. Oh, so I did the Arcosadara, but I haven't done those two yet. I'm actually much closer to getting Omicrons and Loporits. I don't know why. Like I've just been doing these quests and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back and do Loporits, and sometimes I just don't. So I got Arcosadara. I'm just trying to finish these two. Damn, it's a long journey, isn't it? But we'll get there. I love how we did the complete opposite things. No, nothing. I want nothing with you. Thank you. Hello there. Staying for a while or just passing through? Our recovery has been slow but steady, though I am concerned for those who still struggle with wounds our healers cannot cure. The final days may have passed, but grief and trauma are not so easily overcome, or ever for those who must accept them as constant companions. Ours is a tightly knit community, but I worry for those in the capital and abroad. I imagine it is difficult for them to honor the old teachings as they labor far from home. So many of us fled during those dark times. If only we could bring the comforts of community to all Hanish. I think they're not gonna end up quitting the job. If it isn't Hastad and Megina, accompanied by our savior no less. Welcome home, welcome home. True, we're a bit short-handed these days, but we manage nevertheless. While there's a happiness in being reunited with our young ones, we must as happy. We're must as happy. We're just as happy knowing that you are walking in your own path, no matter where it leads. Yeah, Loperid is honestly amazing. I'm just about to get like the final piece of the story, and if you've done you've done the like Loperid's quest line, then you know what the like what the story ends up being about, like in the final quest. I haven't seen the final one yet, but I know the second to last and like the beginning of the story of the sad little bunny. And honestly, I'm just so curious to see the rest of it. I can't wait. Remember, Hastad couldn't wait to become a steward when he was little, but as far as I'm concerned, sending aid from afar is just as praiseworthy as tending to the temples here. Times are changing, and who's to say that this cannot be another form of stewardship? A steward who supports the village from afar. I never even considered the possibility. Yeah, because it doesn't exist. Tim, welcome back. What's up? How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Seeing everyone so eager to help one another makes me more determined than ever to contribute. Honestly, they just need money. They don't need another person here. I think they have enough people uh to help them. They just need the funds, and he can definitely help with that if he lives in a foreign, country, bringing in the big monies. Before anything else, shall we go? It'll be good to visit. To Purusa then. Trying to figure out RimWorld is like a Gordian knot. I've never played RimWorld. My ex-husband actually spent a considerable amount of time in RimWorld. He's a big fan. But I don't know anything about it. It was always like too complicated. Like I would always just stare at the screen and I'm like, okay, pretty tunnels and stuff, but not for me. We ask you to accompany us. The temple roads are perilous, and your presence would be a great comfort, as long as I can mount without losing you. Okay, so I think I can mount, but I can't like port myself to anywhere nearby. There's like a speech thing here nearby. Oh, these snakes look very realistic, actually. Please let me be. Let me be. Thank you. Step away from my enchanted circle. I never used to give much thought to those who walked these roads before me. Countless pilgrims who risked their lives for faith. Aware of the dangers ahead, they pressed on. So strong was their devotion, so sacred the tradition. 'Tis a perilous path you walk. So it is written, and so too our forebears must have felt when braving these jungles to reach what would become our beloved home. That worked? I don't think it worked. I think I just went too far from it and it gave up. I honestly don't think it had anything to do with where I was, but it was a funny coincidence, wasn't it? When I was little, we used to run through these wilds playing steward and imagining fierce battles with hideous beasts. Got the scolding of a lifetime when our parents found out. But when it really happened, when the sky turned red and the jungle spewed forth unspeakable horrors, I could do nothing but cower. Perhaps that's why I feel so guilty for not returning. For not doing more, even if it may never be enough. But this time, I will rise to the occasion. Well, let's see about that. I do love this mount. It's so fun. I think I can fly. I think they're still gonna be there. I really would hate to lose them. I think the only thing that you can't do in these things is actually teleport. Well, we can test it. Let's test it. I think that's how it works. I don't think you can be in combat when you're in that. This one's closer. Let's try this one. I think it actively gets you out of combat. Hi. No, it doesn't. Could it be that we were just far away? No, it doesn't get you out of combat. It doesn't. It doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. It was actually a coincidence both times. There we go. For science. How about that? Doing New Game Plus and Walker Part 3 and 4 reliving past adventures again before Dawn Trail. Honestly, that's a good decision. I never play New Game Plus and I should because more often than not I end up forgetting something that I don't know, I get made fun of for not knowing, so it hurt and feared you 2 out of 3 times, right? It's impressive. It's been a while. Yes, but we made it. I'm home. Mother, father, or mother, father. I don't know how to, like, I don't have this emotional display to voice act this. Here at Perusa, we may commune with the spirits of the departed. Neither, neither Medina's nor my parents survived the final days. I told them about how you saved us and that we're doing well. I know they will rest easier for it. I do love these shoes. Look at these shoes on my character. They're so nice. In a second story playthrough to slowly see what I missed. That's never a bad thing to do, especially like before a new expansion or whatever. And I should if I wasn't so backlogged with pretty much everything else that I'm doing, I probably would go through the story one more time. It's a good enough story for everyone to kind of want to see it again, even if I do it on stream. But at the same time, like I just don't have the 6 months to do it because that's how long it'll take me. I stall. I am so slow. Like, look at me. Can't even finish 2 quests in 2 hours. May the next time we visit be to deliver glad tidings from Palika's stand. Though I was relieved to find the village in a better state than I had feared, it seems there are still issues we might help address. Finding a steady source of income, for instance, so the stewards can be properly outfitted without overwhelming our wearer. I was also troubled to hear about those who continue to struggle without the support of a local community. There must be some way to provide respite. I will never learn this word. I swear, you taught me like 5 times and I can't remember. Yes, indeed. The question is what? Do you have any thoughts? Ask yourself, what would Tataru do? Never underestimate the power of partnership. Expand your horizons. Think big, right? Uh, all I have to say, the Island Sanctuary final quest reward is kind of disappointing. Oh, I was so disappointed. I just finished it the other day. I didn't even know that the final Island Sanctuary update was gonna be in this patch. Is this from the 6.55, by the way? Because I I didn't see it in the patch notes, and she did say that she was gonna do the thing one more time, and then in this patch she does the thing, and then I'm like, why is this what I'm getting? Like, I understand that. Like, I think they really could have, could have done it differently. Could have given everyone a free mount for all the trouble that they've gone through, like they did for like Hildebrand or whatever. Like, I was not very happy with that. Like, the story was good. Don't get me wrong. It was nice to to see some old faces again and everything. And I don't know, it was enjoyable. And some people would say, "Oh, the story should be a reward," but that was sad. That was really sad. Think outside the village, I mean. I suppose that would mean foreign involvement of some kind. Right? Cheese? It's like, I get that it's super role playish, that they were like, okay, here's what we have. Like, what else could they bring you? Like, it's not like they're, rich enough to give you a mount or something. But Tataru could have been like, here, for all your troubles. But no! That never happened. What about a partnership between Palakastan and Charlene? Or more specifically, the boutique? I think you're onto something. If the boutique sold wares and the village procured, for instance, our people would have a reliable revenue system. Oh, that's actually a great idea, because that dude actually did say that he was trying. Yeah, you're right, Tim. Expect Tataru of all people to hand out free stuff, right? Nah, she would have like do you know what I would have expected if I got like a free mount from Tataru or whatever? She like gives me a free mount, and then 2 expansions later, she has like a little piece of paper that like she takes out of her pocket because the graphics are updated enough and they actually start rendering in those items that people hold in their hand, and they're like, "Do you remember years and years ago when we were there and I wrote down that I've given you this and this and that? Okay, so for this you either owe me 50 million gil or you have to do this thing for me." Like, that's what I would expect out of Tataru Mount. Well, what can Palikastan offer, and to whom? She would put a track. Oh, definitely. And like something to alert her if it gets damaged. So if you damage her, she like takes it away because you're not treating it right. How about amulets and talismans or images of the deities? Or no, even better, even better. She would have been like the insurance house. She would have made you like get insurance for it, and then in case you crash it or something, they never help you. Honestly, insurance company is the one thing that's a business that this realm would benefit from. Imagine what they could sell for insurances after these like beasts and final days and everything. Like, imagine the kind of business model that Tataru could make if she were to open up an insurance company. Something simple, created with love for our homeland and our faith, so no one forgets or feels forgotten. I like that. Our temples were created in remembrance of our ancestors and divine teachings, but reminders needn't only take the form of great works. A small keepsake may be just what our scattered brethren need to reassure themselves that they are still members of the community. This could answer what would be the answer we were looking for. Can't wait to tell Mistress Tataru. Honestly, that would fit with our job, because Tataru often sends us on errands and we often go and prevent world disasters. So we would actually be would have been working as an insurance company acolyte. It's like whenever there's a disaster, we actually prevent the disaster so that the insurance company doesn't have to end up paying all these people all this money. How about that? Rather, I can't wait for you to tell Mr. Tataru, Magina. It was your idea after all. A team effort, let us say. I certainly wouldn't have come up with it without you and V. If our proposal is approved, Mr. Tataru will no doubt need assistance in Jarlian. I'm ready and willing to provide it, but what of you, Hastan? What will you do? I too will return to the boutique. One day I will come home to stay, but for now I wish to do all in my power to help our village thrive. Well, honestly, he's more useful there, and I'm glad he realizes that. I'm relieved to hear you say so. Let's go and consult with the elder about our plan. Tell him we're leaving. For good. Never to return. please spawn me in the village so that we don't have to fly there? Actually, there's teleport, isn't there? I hear you were kind enough to escort these children to Purusa. Again, you have my gratitude. Are your feelings any clearer for it? I think so. Regina and I talked it over, and we believe we have struck upon a new way the village might support our people. Tangible mementos of our faith. An interesting proposition. Many here would be glad to create such reminders. I expect also they're looking to make those little monastery souvenirs that you buy when you go on field trips and stuff. I expect those unable to perform strenuous labor would be especially grateful for an opportunity to contribute to the prosperity of our village, say nothing of the options these additional funds would provide. But most importantly, we would be able to help those who have chosen to live apart from us feel that much more connected to their community and their faith. I'm proud of you both for discovering such an innovative way to do so. It would likely mean Hastad and I will stay in Charlian for the foreseeable future. Then take with you the knowledge that no matter where your journey takes you, our hearts will always beat as one. May the sisters guide you. Tataru would hold up both arms, kick back a foot, then stab you in the back. Wow, it was, oh, Tataru. Surely she would. There was a brief time in the game when I thought Tataru was the big bad. In the meantime, we shall see our plan to fruition. I will send word once we've determined the particulars. Right then, Charlian awaits. Some people. I mean, every expansion there is that brief moment when I'm like, okay, this is the moment when it turns out that she is the cause of all our woes. Imagine the mega betrayal that would be. It's always a little too eager. Yeah, I can see it. I can totally see it. Oh, you and Tim know each other? I see. I always love when people in the chat actually connect with each other, but I guess within niche communities, games and such, it is to be expected. Nevertheless, it always feels good. By the way, you guys joined my Discord? You really should. We are lovely and disturbing in many ways, but you have the link down in the description. So here's another place where you can find your peers, find people from your respective worlds to play Final Fantasy XIV with. They actually have 14 players, a lot of other RPG players. So yeah, pop in. All right, let's do this. V, the necklace is back from the lapidary. I can't read this word. I can't read any of these words. He had nothing but fond memories of Mr. Tataru and was eager to pour his everything into the restoration. The result is magnificent. Let me see it. The original sapphire, as scented with black pearl from the ruby sea and rose shell of Wurlet, united by a length of maki leather. A singular necklace symbolizing Mr. Tataru's past and present. Poncho Patrol, right? It's the Wild West out there. By the sister, what a remarkable gift. Honestly, she should be damn grateful. Imagine someone putting in, probably a year's worth of time into putting this together. And is anyone gonna address this guy right here? He is not okay. He is not okay. And we're here talking about a necklace? What is this? However, it wants for a finishing touch. Preferably by your hand, V. And after hearing about your visit to Palka's stand, I know just the thing. Cinnamon Roll Kura, welcome back. How are you today? What's up? I hope you're having a fantastic, amazing, awesome, beautiful weekend. How are you? In short, we will be proposing a new line of products to help our people feel closer to their roots, yes? So, in honor of Mr. Tataru's roots, I would have you inscribe the symbol of Naldatal upon the back of the pendant. Oh, please don't make me recall it. Be an honor, I'll do my best, right? Have you played like those old Harry Potter games like back in the day when you would have like the magic wand and you need to like draw a spell like fast enough for you to basically pass? And then later on in the other games they upgrade it to pressing like arrows and such in like on your keyboard. That was in my opinion that was a downgrade. With painstaking effort and unwavering focus, you engrave the symbol of the traders onto Tataru's necklace, and who behold it will surely know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this final flourish was the product of your heroic hand. I don't know if that's a compliment. Good, tired though, been out on a date with my wife. Oh, that's so nice. Built a whole new guinea pig enclosure, checked horses, walked dogs, fed chickens, been a full day. How are you? Honestly, that sounds like an amazing, amazing day. A day with loved ones and with animals? That's perfect. If I were you, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. A little tired. Actually, I have a funny story to share. For those of you who weren't at the beginning of the stream, I was very disoriented. And I was kind of late for today's stream to begin with. So what happened was I actually work afternoon shifts on Sundays from like 2 p.m. until 10 p.m., right? And the rest of the week, I work from 2 to 8 in the morning. Not 2 to 8, oh my god, from 8 to, sorry, from 8 to 10 in the morning, so it's a part-time thing. But this Saturday and next Saturday, I took 2 additional hours on a Saturday, and I start at 6 in the morning, so I go from 6 to 10. So I work 22 hours rather than 20. So, I had a very, very early morning shift, and I was so tired, and I went to take a nap, which was supposed to be a short nap, before the stream. And I was gonna wake up, but I felt like I was way too tired and needed some more rest. And then I woke up, but it was 5 minutes to 2. I woke up and I put on a black shirt because like black shirts are what I need for my job. And I sat there and I was like, shit, I have 5 minutes until my shift. So I sat there and I almost logged myself into work because in my deranged mind, I thought it was Sunday when I worked the long shift. So I sat there and I was like, okay, I have like 3 minutes. I didn't put my makeup on. I didn't like do any prep. I have no coffee, no water. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything. And I was like, why didn't I wake up earlier? And then I realized that it's not Sunday, that it's Saturday, and I already went to work before I went to bed. It was so bad, but it was also a little bit of a wake-up call because I'm starting to realize that I'm a bit chronically exhausted. So I'm gonna treat myself kindly today and actually go to bed on time so that I can work tomorrow. Yeah, I love the fact that I have the part-time hours because I get to do this and content. So I was offered full-time, but I was able to say no because of well what I already have going on with the stream, and I'm so grateful. I'm very happy to be able to do that. So I do like this and that, and I combine it, and I survive. Yeah, definitely. It's like if you realize that your brain like fails you to the point that you like basically stress rush yourself into a shift that's not even happening. Like it's one of those moments that like if my job was outside, I would have already been fully dressed and on my way to work. before realizing that I have no business being at work. Like, if I was working somewhere around here, I would have been calling a cab or something. Like, I would have been out the door. Instead, I'm sitting here, like, trying to keep my eyes open. I'm like, okay, I'm composed. I can be in front of camera. I'm fine. I was not fine. I was not fine at all. Like, I need a calm night, to be honest. Like, I don't know what this is, but I'm so tired these days. See you later, Ortiz. Thank you so much for dropping by, and have a great day at work today. I'm actually comforted by all of your stories. I'm not happy that I'm not the only one working during weekends, but it feels good that other people have weekend shifts as well, so I don't feel as bad because I have no days off. I do work part-time, but no days off, so there's that. I was stuck at work last week when my car broke down after my shift, still in the work. Car parked in the freezing cold. Oh, I would hate that. Like, I'm the kind of person who is, let's say I'm sensitive to pain, but I am so sensitive to cold. Like, I hate being cold, and I am immediately thrown into like this rage mode whenever I'm cold. Like, I can't even be there for like 5 minutes without snapping at someone, and I'm just very, like, a very unpleasant person when I'm in pain and when I'm cold. Also when I'm hungry, but hunger is like number three. Number one is the cold. I don't even care about being hot. Like, I can sit in like very high temperatures, feel just fine. But when I'm cold, you don't want to be near me. Yeah, exactly. It's like such an anger inducing thing. Like, I can't imagine, like, I don't even want to imagine like anyone who's ever, like, died from the cold. Like, I get, like, I feel full empathy, for them, and it must have been horrible. But if that was ever me, like, if I ever found myself in those circumstances, like, my last moments would be filled with rage, like, not with like contemplating afterlife or, I don't know, sadness or recollecting my life. I would just be angry. So angry. I get it. Like, who would, like, when I'm exactly. People often complain about their personalities when they're hungry. Hunger changes me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I do become a different person, but boy, am I different when I'm hungry. Well, not hungry, when I'm cold. Oh, I get that. Let me see the damn necklace. And no worries, no worries. I've just received word from Mistress Tataru. She should be arriving in Scholar's Harbor soon. Let's go and meet her there. Let's. What an endeavor this quest line has ended up being. You can do this in like 20 minutes. I'm currently like 2.5 hours in. Oh god. I'm always like, why are these Final Fantasy XIV quests so long? But they're not really long, I just stall. Oh, she's got no idea what's happening. Oh, I love them running. Look at them. Look at the little lullabills running. Wasn't expecting a personal escort from the docks, though I dare say I could grow accustomed to it. How was your time in Palakistan? Did you find it worthwhile? So while they do have interest in our equipment, matters of recovery are their greater concern at present? Recovery, yes, but also growth, which may lead to a lucrative opportunity for the boutique, if you will permit me to suggest another new product. What if we offered handicrafts designed and produced by the people of Palakistan, authentic works representative of Hanish culture? For those of us living abroad, reminders of home would do wonders to ease feelings of estrangement, and for others, such pieces would be appreciated as beautiful works of art. Our village is up to the task. You will not be disappointed. Doubt not their conviction, Mr. Sataru. She's like that crab from SpongeBob with dollars in her eyes. Look at her. A product that embodies Thavnir's spiritual beauty to be shared with the whole world. Why the boutique should offer nothing less. Though we've made wonderful progress with our samples, I believe it's time for a change of pace. And handicrafts born from a heartfelt desire to celebrate one's culture is bound to resonate with others. Aw, promotion! Given her eagerness, I presume Medina intends to stay and help facilitate this new venture. But what about you, Hastad? You felt the call to return to Thavnir rather most strongly, as I recall. Yes, well, after talking with everyone at home, I realized that living apart from them does not mean I must forsake my childhood dreams of service. I believe I can best serve my people by staying in Charlian and continuing to work at the boutique, if you'll have me. With pleasure, Hastad. Aw. Mr. Tataru, if it would not be untoward, we would like to present you with a small token of our appreciation for everything you've done for us. I want to see it. Not untoward at all. Rest assured that I graciously accept all offerings of praise and adoration, especially ones as fine as this. Wait, has she seen it or? But how queer! The sapphire looks remarkably like the one my. Uh huh. Is this my mother's sapphire? Hers, so now rightfully yours. I hope we haven't overstepped our bounds. Look, I put the symbol of Nalathal in the back. Let's let her discover that. It's hers. It's really hers. Never in my life did I imagine I'd see this jewel again. Aww. It was a part of a family heirloom. When my mother was married, she received it from her mother. How her eyes sparkled when she spoke of one day giving it to me, I'll never forget. But when father's business failed, we lost everything, and that was the last I saw of it. Though your heirloom did not survive in its entirety, Master Pippin managed to recover the sapphire. From there, we collected parts from clients during sample deliveries and commissioned the necklace you now hold. Now that I think of it, we often did receive mysterious gifts on those visits, so that's what it was about. That we did. Time after time, I'm reminded that a fortune in coin promises only a fraction of what a wealth of friendship provides. When my family lost its last gil, I became a lapidary's apprentice, and that's how I met a certain miner named Munfilia. We hit it off instant. Oh, this is actually so lovely. We hit it off instantly, chatting every time she brought in gems for appraisal. And then one day she came not with her usual haul, but with an invitation to join the Path of the 12. The rest, as they say, is history. One serendipitous meeting that led to so many others, that led to so many incredible adventures. Aww. That's all, poor little girl reunited with a priceless memento. Our teachings say that there is more ugliness than beauty in the world. To live is to suffer. How cheerful. But we never need suffer alone. And what is more beautiful than the bonds we share with others? That's called trauma bonding. That's not healthy. Indeed, it is these connections that give meaning to our lives. Connections for which I too am grateful. and thus compelled to advise that we return to the Agora. The counter remains unmanned, and we mustn't neglect our clients. Wait, they just like left the store vacant? That's brave. The big city. But imagine stealing from Tataru. Quite right, quite right. Back to work with the lot of us. We've got new products to plan. What do I get? For all of my troubles. V, on behalf of the entire boutique, allow me to thank you for all you have done. Oh, so this really is the end of the story. I'm ashamed to admit that in our excitement to prepare Mr. Sataru's surprise, Varsadut and I failed to prepare something for you. This guy is still there, breathless on the floor. Like, so someone needs to talk to them. That sounds like the cue from Mr. Tataru. Haha. Very soon, V here will no doubt embark upon another journey to corners of the world unknown, as she is wont to do. So, to wish you well in making new friends, and to remind you of those who will always hold you in their hearts, I have prepared bespoke chocobo barding. Nice! Crafted with love by one Tataru. Oh, we gotta try that now! I dare say the boutique will be embarking upon its own adventure in the coming days, and with true adventure invariably comes tribulation. But with your compassion, resourcefulness, and reliability, I have every confidence that we shall succeed in our respective endeavors. To ever higher returns of both coin and camaraderie. Oh, and don't think that just because you're running off to the other side of the world, I don't intend to solicit your future involvement, V. You won't escape me that easily. Is that a threat?